Separate into the arms of the broken. Accept this fate, exposed to the world and the undead. It's a drift from all I know. I get lost in the world sometimes. Star-crossed looking out from the light, but it won't shine. So lost I come and guide me to you. In the wake of my own confines, I will wait for the day you call through the skylines. And I'll be waiting, I'll be waiting. Gone without you. Could it be forever? Go on without you. Listen, this endeavor. Listen, this endeavor. Lonely way out to the depths of an ocean. A castaway, I suffer the death of an ocean. Between the waves of war, gone without you. Could it be forever? Go on without you. Listen, this endeavor. Listen, this endeavor. Listen, this endeavor. Listen, this endeavor. I get lost in the world sometimes. Star-crossed looking out for a light, but it won't shine. So lost I come, lost I come. In the wake of my own confines, I will wait for the day you call through the skylines. And I'll be waiting, I'll be waiting. Gone without you. Could it be forever? Go on without you. Listen, this endeavor. Listen, this endeavor. to pieces. I was seeking what could bring me back to life, and I swore there were voices saying stop pretending, you will never feel alive. And then you came, it was like some synergy, we finally place with everything missing in me. Shine your love, show your light, pull me out from the endless night. It's something cosmic, it's in my attic. Take my hate, take my fight, take away all the pain I hide, 'cause I can't stop it. It's in my attic. Send me a lifeline when I don't seem to be finding better days. Lend me a daylight.
All right, guys, what is going on? Welcome to the stream. Welcome to FAFO Friday, baby. FAFO Friday, dog. Golly. Crazy stuff, right? My camera moved a little bit. Let me fix that. It's kind of over too far to the right a little bit. Oh man, chat is for members only today. I got some ideas for you guys. Hold on one second. There was something I wanted to share with you. Okay, I found it. Sorry. I found it. All right. Jorks, welcome to the SMS membership, dog. Welcome. It is your birthday, January, March, April 4th. It is your SMS birthday. Nice. Was good. Gessner 2020, Willow, Ibrahim, Manuel, Naruto, Jordan, D, Kobe. Got some deep cleaning done finally after the markets. May we deep clean our minds as well. You know what I'm saying? How's that for Philosophical Friday? It's good. Big James, Marshall, Shampoo, Stephanie, Toby, Harmon, Alex C, Rich off the dip, Sean, Naruto, Remy. Anybody else that I might have missed? Get him in here, dog. Get him in here. Get your mom in here, dog. Get your mom in here. She needs to know this. She needs to know this stuff, dog. She needs to know. So grab your notebooks, grab your coffee, whatever it is that you got to do. We're going to get to it. Is that a grown man drinking coffee out of a straw? Well, listen, before we go any further today, chat, you have to realize that, you know, if I'm going to put my mouth on this cup's lid, I don't know where that lid's been, bro. I don't know where it's been. So, rather drink from a straw just to be more safe. So, in case any of you were wondering, that's fine. Okay. Answering questions that you didn't have. I'm pretty good at that, huh? Am I pretty good at that, chat? Am I pretty good at giving you answers to questions you never asked? How many educators do that? Wick the 1 minute time frame and then give you answers to questions you didn't even ask. Man. John Phibb is one of one, huh? One of one, huh? Yeah, tell my exes, all right? Anyway, I got a image for you. This was something that I shared in the Discord. I wanted to make sure I shared it here as well, because this goes right into alignment with what we discussed on Wednesday. What do you guys remember from Wednesday before I show it to you? What was the focus for Wednesday? Who remembers? Who remembers? Answers into the chat. What was the focus for Wednesday? Was good, capitalist? Who remembers? We got 30, almost 40 people. What was the focus on Wednesday? Was good, Leon? Still waiting, chat. Who remembers? It might have been Tuesday. What has been the focus this week? Hell, I put out a fucking video about it last night. The clips on like risk management. I remember you were bullish on indices and we got that. Well, yes and no today. Wednesday was a blur for me. I said why on Wednesday. Willow's got some good flour for this month, huh? My boy has amnesia, memory loss. I mean, bro, we still got another like 3 weeks before Hitler's birthday. I mean, 420. You know what I mean? You're talking about how to keep the funded. Yes, Toby. How do you not lose a funded account? How to never lose a funded account? How would you do it? I mean, Easter. Reduce risk. Okay, thank you. Shit. You guys are like, fucking wake up today, bro. Wake up. Man, what have you guys been up to, bro? We got shit to learn, chat. Wake the fuck up. Let's go. I gave you it's not even an image, it's a screenshot, really, but I gave you this screenshot as a I mean, I punched excuse me. Don't be a goober. Yes, capitalist. Yes. We're gonna go ahead and pin that. That encapsulates everything that I teach you how to do, is to not be a goober. So we'll pin that. What we had went over was the how to not lose your funded account based on a $2,000 risk, which is the 50K combine at Top Step, right? And so I had told you that if you risked $1,000 per trade, starting at zero, your first trade, you would lose 1,000, you know, give or take like 20, 30, 50 bucks or something from slippage and fees and all that shit. How do you have slippage in a demo account? Don't fucking ask me. Okay. And then your next trade, you would get clapped. That's here, right? So one trade at 1,000, 2 trades, you're cooked. Okay. So should we put up 50% of our total risk per trade? Not a good idea. Then I want to say the orange line is $500 per trade, where your first trade you would lose 500, and then second trade another 500, third trade another 500, and then fourth trade in a row, you're cooked. And then obviously I skipped, you know, a few more price points. I'm not gonna, you know, go through all of it. I think I might have had a spreadsheet that did, but it's fine. You get the picture. You get what I'm getting at. $250 risk, which is this green line here. It would roughly take you 8 trades, right? That 8th consecutive loss, I might say. That 8th consecutive loss, you're cooked. And then, of course, at $100 of risk, you would need to take 20 losing trades in a row. 20 losing trades in a row. I've never seen it done. I've never seen it. Never. Maybe like 10 to 15 I've seen before. I've seen traders post up their history, and I went, holy shit, that's fucking crazy. You know, just do the opposite, whatever it is. You know, instead of buying, just hit this fucking sell button, bro. I don't know. But anyway, the point is, you would need to lose 20 trades in a row at $100 of risk, and that's over here, right? $100 of risk. It would take 20 trades in a row to get cooked. Now, the excuse me, the main idea that I was trying to portray to you with the drawings was this purple line right here, where you're cutting risk in half after you lose a trade. So what I did here is all of the, I guess, examples here start with a zero balance, right? So this first trade here, okay, that was a $500 risk. Boom. Stop loss. Okay, not an issue. Now, instead of risking another 500, we should only risk 250. We're cutting our risk in half. So now, instead of when we take another loss, instead of being down 1,000, now we're only down 750. So it slows the bleeding, basically. Okay, we need to, since we lost another trade, right? Let's reduce risk again. And I want to say half of 250 is 125. I'm pretty sure. So then you lose 125, and then half of that I think is like 63.25 or 60 some shit like that. And then, you know, now you've lost 1, 2, 3, 4 trades in a row, right? Even starting with the high risk, $500, right? You started off, you know, somewhat high risk basically, but by going on a losing streak while excuse me, I always say I don't have lunch before stream, and then I still do it. I was in a hurry today. I was like skirting out of Kroger, almost Tokyo drifting home just to be here on time, okay? But anyway, what this is portraying to you is the slowdown, right? The smoothness, instead of running straight down to where you're getting cooked at 2K, right? And then just like Wednesday, we included the upside, right? The up curve, you know, to get back above, either at zero or above it, right? Your starting point, basically. And then if you were to duplicate that over a long period of time, 6 months, a year, whatever, you would be very well in the right direction. Okay, so drop some ones in the chat if you guys are picking up what I'm putting down. Also, leave a like too. You guys never do that. You still don't. We've been here 2 years. We've been here 2 years, chat. 2 years. Dozens upon dozens of traders are funded. You know, someone got funded like yesterday or Wednesday. Still can't get you to like the fucking stream, dude. Jesus. Yeah. John Phibb, worst mentor on YouTube. Worst fucking mentor on YouTube. Worst mentor on the internet. That's what I am. Oh, John, but you get entries better than anybody else. Yeah, but I can't get you to like the fucking stream. I don't know. I don't know. Like, what else can I fucking do? What else can I do? But Pop, that's a good point. Pop said that's a really good visual. Right off the bat, that's a $500 risk, would be way too much, but I'm definitely picking it up. Well, that's my point. My point is you could even start with a high risk trade, but if you're slowing down, if you're cutting risk in half and then cutting in half again, you're going to slow that bleeding either way. You don't have to start at 500. You could start straight up at 250 and then maybe go another 250 and then start cutting your risk in half. Or you could start with 250 and then start cutting your risk in half after that. And you'll never lose your funded account unless you break a rule. Don't trade within 30 calendar days. And yeah, mathematically, you would never lose your account. Sean, that's a good point too. I'm glad you brought that up. So Sean said, to help me with my funded account, I think is what you're saying here. To help me with my funded account now, I trade predominantly with micros. This has been positive for me. Right. Of course. Like let's say ES, $5 a point, you know, so a 20-point risk, which is a lot, but 20 points, that'd be $100. So you could take 2 micros and be at $200 of risk, which to me is reasonable. It's reasonable. Not in today's market environment, which now we can get to because today's been absolutely fucking wild. Right? And the risk is definitely not like 5 points on ES. Today's been crazy. Look at indices today, bro. Nasdaq down another 5%, ES down 5%, Dow down 4.5%, and then same thing with the ETFs. Triple Q's down 5%, Dow 4.5%, and then SPY right around that 5% mark. VIX up 40%. Jeez. 40%. Imagine trading options on VIX, huh? Which we won't get into today, but just jot that down. All right. Now, let's go over to Dowski. Let's go over to Dowski. All right. It's probably lower. Yeah. And that's okay. But if we were to, let me go to my Twitter for a second. Or X. Which if you guys didn't notice, probably not. But I did change my profile picture across social media, which is pretty cool. I've had that same profile picture for like 5 years. I was like, okay, it's time for a change. It's time for a change. You know what I'm saying? Look how timed that tweet one was. Look at the timing on that. Now, mind you, we didn't get above this high, which is wild to me. And then Powell came in at 1025. And it was sayonara after that. But the point is, no pun intended, these highs are not low resistant highs. They're not equal highs. The high on the right is slightly higher. Okay. Now, why would I tell you this, right? That indices have some interesting highs in the regular trading hours. Again, be careful in this environment. Face is getting ripped off. Tread lightly. Well, what I was waiting for was a continuation. That's why I tweeted right there, because we had obviously, if you can look at the chart, we had an imbalance here. So as soon as we got into that, I was like, okay, let's see, you know, if we can go ahead and get up there. Now, mind you, I'm in from here. Okay. And that's why I said that earlier. Like, I can wick 1 minute time frames, but I can't get you to like the fucking stream. Well, maybe one day I'll figure it out. But it ain't gonna be today. It ain't gonna be today, chat. But a man can hope, can he? A man can have dreams, can he? Can I have dreams, chat? Is that all right? There it is. Okay, you can see that. London's low is here. 39,188. Which is crazy. We're below 40K. That's wild. But 39,188. London's low. We trade below it. Right? So to me, and I said that prior to that run, I was saying that NQ had some interesting highs, and I'll cover that too. But one step at a time. Before the run lower, that's when I was saying that we have interesting highs for NQ. Now, Dow has these triple highs here. Now, even though the third high is slightly higher, I still view this in the light of how would everyone else think it would be, right? How would everyone else view that? And I feel like most people, not maybe this community or, you know, some of the like smart money type traders, right? They probably would not view it this way, but the majority of traders, I think, would view this as a triple top. So my thought process was, okay, this should be a what? This should be a market maker buy model. That was the thought process. Now, was it? Well, obviously, we're lower. It was not. Okay. But you know what the rules are, though. The rules are, okay, if we took liquidity, matter of fact, let's push that over here and let's really zoom in on this. The inversion model, okay, not Judas, okay, this was not a Judas to me. But do we have any imbalance in here? No, we don't. There's no imbalance basically at the low or below it. On the way up, yes, which we'll come back to that. But on the way lower, okay, if we're looking at the left side of the curve, if we're looking at the sell side of the curve, do we have an imbalance in here? No, we don't. We have this here. Okay. So that to me, once we trade above it, we don't have to close above it. When we trade above it, that's a trade. Boom, right there. See that? We trade through it. We continue. Not an issue. Where do we go? Right down and into. Bam. Inversion. That's how I wicked that. Right? Ooh, real hard. Right? Real fucking hard. It's just the low risk buy using the inversion model that I gave you last year for free. Come on. Easy. Fucking easy, chat. Easy. Easy, easy, easy. Okay? Now, excuse me. Why the inversion? Well, number one, that's the inversion model. But number two, what have I taught you about the other side? If we're looking at the left side, the model is based on that. The imbalances on the right side of the curve, when you have two, okay, in which we do, this keeps putting it in the fucking front. And I can't stand why TradingView does that. Sometimes it's always in the, sometimes it always sends it to the back. And then sometimes like this, it stays in the front. And that really is bothering the fuck out of me. TradingView just has to like mess shit up for no reason. Anyway, my point is when we have two, we take the first one. So you notice how that first one overlaps with the inversion. Easy, chat. That's a easy fucking buy every time. Every time. That's so easy. Low risk, high reward setup. Okay, what is this right here? Again, in the front, dude. Fuck. Send it to the back. That's a bad joke. You guys are gonna think I'm racist. It's fine. All right. Level of distribution. We have some up candles. Boom. That sell off to London's low. Right? That is a level of distribution. Yes. Distribution on the sell side of the curve becomes what? Accumulation on the buy side of the curve. You didn't see that, did you? You gotta look with your eyes, chat. We traded through it here at 9:58. Right back into it at 9:59. What's 10 o'clock? Boom. Imbalance below The open of 10 o'clock. Oh yeah, that's the time compression matrix. Yeah, it is. You're welcome. Oh, but I thought conditions change. All the TikTokers and they say the conditions change, John. Ain't shit change. Ain't shit change. Okay? It hasn't. It has not changed. Okay? Smart money concept still work. Order flow still works. Oh, but John, price didn't hit your triple highs though. Well, yeah. How many times have I said price doesn't always go to the final target? It doesn't always do that. I wish it would. I'd have made a lot more, obviously. But it doesn't always do that. What did I say in the Discord right around 10:04? Let's go take a look, shall we? Let's go take a look. I'm not going to pull it up on my computer. I'm going to pull it up here. All right, at 10:10. You can go back. At 10:10, I said mark up your fib level on indices today. Right after that, I said refer to the lazy trader model. Right after that, I said 2R already offered. Okay. Well, what the fuck is he talking about? The lazy traders model, baby. I taught you this already last week or earlier this week. I don't know when I taught it to you. It was very recent. If that's my target, that's the low, right? Where's Lee Bright? Is Lee Bright in the chat? What's that right there? What's that right there? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. What's that, Lee Bright? What's that right there? What's that? 39,255. What is that? Yeah. We trade through 25% here. Right there. There's your 25% level. I just so happen to get a little bit better than that. And then I told you what? In the Discord, okay? I said 2R already offered. Right? How the fuck is that possible? Well, 25 down to the low is 1, right? I can't fucking move this around. Right? To 50%, from 25 to 50, that's 1 RR multiple. I told you 2R, which means what? That's the 75% level. See how that works? There's your 1 to 2 right there. There's almost no difference between the lazy traders model and the inversion model. They're damn near identical. Literally. It's just the inversion's a little bit better of an entry. There's a high right here. That could be a partial too. What I was aiming for was a little bit higher. I was actually aiming for 950. What I was aiming for was that. So the entry was there. So almost a 1 to 4. Almost a 1 to 4 was pretty much like the trade that I had. Right now, again, it's all in the fucking front, dude. Fuck. Leading up to that, I mean, look how close we got. We got really fucking close, right? Am I going to leave my stop open? Am I going to have risk on the table when price is like 90% of the way to my TP? Absolutely not. My stop is definitely going into profit. So 1025 is when it was basically the timing of when Powell's supposed to speak or whatever. And so that sent us lower, and I got stopped out on this run lower, which part of me did believe that we could do that because of stops here. Because between 50 and 75, usually lows in here typically get sweat before going higher. I just wasn't willing to hold on to like something like that. So I got stopped out on this run lower. So I mean a decent capture, you know, it wasn't a super high RR. I didn't get my TP, but I definitely didn't break even or take a loss. You know, that'd be pretty fucked. You know what I mean? But that is the, I guess, the justification for that tweet. Because I was saying, okay, this looks very bullish. I mean, we're sprinting, you know, well past 50%. We're literally like sprinting up to these highs. But Powell's speaking soon, lunch 30 minutes after that, you know, it might not work. And so this is one of the things that Mark Douglas talks about in The Disciplined Trader, and I'm sure it's in Trading in the Zone as well. You have to look at the market objectively, okay? Meaning you can't overly focus on the things that you want that benefit you and just ignore the things that don't. Meaning, like, I should not feel euphoria when price is screaming in my direction. No, sometimes I do. It's nice to make money. Anybody who says otherwise is probably fucking lying to you, right? But to ignore or to completely dismiss information that would be counter to your idea, that's foolishness. That's foolishness. You know what I mean? So what I'm looking for is, okay, the market's going against me. That's the entry I want. Got it. Okay. We have a potential reaccumulation here. It's going lower. That's fine. It's going lower into a reaccumulation. I expect it to do that. Okay, what happens here? Boom, we launch. Okay, bet. This is a new high. This is an easy partial. Said something in the Discord, 2R offered. Easy fucking day. Even in conditions like this. Easy fucking day. Oh, the market trades lower. What's it trading into? An imbalance here. Okay, well, why don't we send out a tweet so we can say, I told you so if it goes higher. I know. Right? Boom. Send that bitch. All right, we go higher. But this is also why I included a two-part. I said indices do have some highs in the regular trading hours that are interesting. Highs, not lows. Highs means I'm bullish. But specifically, be careful in this environment. Faces getting ripped off, tread lightly. Okay? So then what happens? Again, Powell comes in right around 1025, and we end up getting sent lower. So the idea that I had was negated. Now, what I could have done is say, well, you know, I don't really care about Powell. He's going to send it higher. You know, who cares? When Powell speaks, or if there's any sort of level 3 news event, sure, sometimes I get it right and it goes the way I want it to go. But news events and speeches, again, just like today, these are prime manipulation. These are prime for manipulation because it's the perfect cover. Oh, it was Powell. Oh, it was President Trump. Oh, it's the tariffs. Oh, it's this and that and the third. Right? It's the perfect cover. But if markets get manipulated for me, you know, it makes it seem like skill when it's not. And so if Powell's getting ready to speak and I'm in a trade, you know, from 240s and we're at like 700s, you know, this is one thing I had asked Cameron yesterday in the Discord, because, you know, he had taken a break-even trade. And this is no malicious criticism towards Cameron. Cameron's a good trader, okay? You know, based off the things that we've seen. And it went like 300 or 400 points, you know, before going break even. And that was my question, was you allowed 300 points, you know what I mean, in your direction. How did you take a break even? And that's my point. If you're that far into, you know, your direction either take partials or I'm going to move my stop up in order to lock in. Because what happens, chat? I've said this time and time again the last number of weeks and years, really. What can tend to happen? You could be wrong, and the market can come all the way back down to your entry, and you end up taking a break even. So you're up 300-400 points, and you don't take. Why? Why would you do that? So anyway, let me catch up on the chat real quick because you guys blow it up. You don't like the stream, but you blow up the chat. I'm just talking shit. It's all this coffee. I had an energy drink right before this coffee, so I'm like fucking wired, bro. Wired. Another transfer of wealth is taking place. Been away for like a month. Coming slowly again. I've missed so much with what's going on and in the markets. Yep, you have been missing out. It's all good though. Toby, I'm not really sure what you were referring to when you asked that question there. 3 bearish imbalances it could respect and go lower. Yeah, I'm not sure what you were referring to there. Can I define a lazy trader's model? Is this active when it breaks 25% and then you buy it when it returns to 25%? If I remember right, in one stream it was 50%. It's both. It's both. Here, fine, I'll say this. I'll make a short clip of this too. How about that? Just for you guys. 81 drawings, that's a lot. You know? But I'll help you out. I will help you out again. I'll do all this work for you, even though you don't like the stream. You know? It's all right. I continue to help you, even though you don't help me. It is what it is. It is what it is. You guys just hate me. You know what I mean? I don't know what it is that I did to you, but you hate me. Okay. That is one. Okay. The lazy trader's model. There's 2 different options here. If you have this is a drawing, obviously. If you have some sort of buy model, okay, you can either, number one, you could put a buy stop at 25%. I don't trade that way, but you could do it. I don't, but you could. 25% gets traded through, or you could put a buy limit at 25% with a stop at the low, aiming for a perfect 1 to 3, which is either going to be the equal highs, the consolidation, or the low resistant highs, or whatever, and probably not anything above it, even though typically price does go above the highs to a degree of a gap or an imbalance or something like that, or a measured move, right? Like on ES. That's option number 1, right? Long 25, stop at the low, perfect 1 to 3, right? And that's just math, right? Beautiful, perfect 1 to 3 RR. That's option 1. Option 2, I'll just move this over. We'll make it a different color. Is you wait for 50%. For price traded through 50%, long 50%. Again, if you do long 50%, you are asking for drawdown. Okay? If you long 50%, you're asking for drawdown. But if you long 50%, the stop goes to, actually, let's move this a bit over out of the way, so we understand this is a little bit different here. Okay. You're longing 50%, stop at 25, which again, to me, if you're asking for drawdown and your stop is at the 0.25, you know, That may not be as great. And the RR is a little bit lower too, but it's still a positive RR. That's option 2. Does that make sense? That's the lazy traders model. That's the basically if you're lazy, no concepts. You know, if you want to add time as a factor, that would be wonderful. You know, like with what I just showed you a minute ago with the time compression matrix, 10 o'clock. Reaccumulation under the hour, under the 15 minute, under the 5 minute, under the 1 minute. That would be better. Okay? But again, if you want to be lazy, your results will probably be lazy, but if you're going to do it, at least do it with some degree of probability and some degree of RR. Okay? I mean, Libright, let's pause. Is it not lazy? I mean, what would be a better name? You know? What would be a better name, bro? It is lazy. You're not even looking at concepts. You're just looking at quarter levels. So by definition, that's fucking lazy. So I can't think of another name for it. So there's option 1. Option 2, sorry. Option 1 is the 25%. Better RR, less risk. Option 2, 1 to 2, or if you want to aim above it, that would get you your 1 to 3. But again, doing this type of stuff, there's so many different ways to trade. There's so many different ways of managing risk and taking partials and all that shit. If you just want the most basic framework, you know, just straight blueprint, no details, this is it. In a bull market, you're waiting for a cross of 25, longing 25, aiming for the highs. If you're late, if you sleep in, if you, I don't know, just you get to the charts whenever you get there and it's already above 50%, then you take 50, stop at 25, or ideally tailored to some low that might have been manipulation or some shit, and then aiming, you know, still for the highs. Now, I will tell you this though, since we are utilizing either this, in this example, this would be a market maker buy model, and it would be the same for the inverse, the sell model. Okay. Since we are utilizing that, this is also a way of pyramiding. If you long 25, we get up, you can long again at 50 to add on to that winning position. Okay? Just like I taught you in that members only video multiple times. The Market Maker Models Masterclass and somewhere else too. It's a way of adding to a winning position. I mean, you could add it 75%, but I really don't tend to do that. Again, lows typically get ran between 75 and 50%. So usually those short-term manipulation on the lows to go higher, that's typically a better add-on than just straight up longing at 75%. You know, probabilities are good, but RR, opening a trade at 75%, RR is not great. Okay. So there's option 1 in black at 25%. Option 2 is in blue bars, which is at 50%. You can take them independently or you can use both. Okay. You're welcome. This is the era, like I said yesterday, this is the era of working smart, not the era of working hard. Anyways, let me catch up on the chat. Let me go ahead and clip this video. Put that out later. So Jor X, J, I'm just gonna say J for short. Does that answer your question? The lazy trader model. Do you get it now? Do you understand it? Now, obviously, someone like me, I'm gonna tailor the entries to a concept that is near that price level. like with what I did here. The inversion just shy of 25%. I like that. But, you know, again, the whole point was to be mechanical. You've got your rules. If you stick to them, which now we can get into my favorite part of today, because we're in the last 10, we're in the macro basically. We're in the macro of today's stream, right? The last 10 minutes basically of the hour as well. I want to do a exercise with you guys. Most of you probably won't do it. I hope you do. But I feel like it will be nice. Do you guys want me to tell you what that exercise is? Drop some twos in the chat if you want to know. It's very simple. It's very simple. It's very easy. Hell, it might even be fun. A lot of you got kids. You could do this exercise with your kids if you want. You guys want to do that? All you need is a coin. Ideally, a quarter. Right? 25% level, 25 cents. I don't know. Maybe that goes together somehow. Yeah, TP1. I mean, yeah, you could use 50% as TP1 or 75% for TP levels as well. That's definitely something that you could do too. For sure. Was good, G. I didn't see you until just now. It's kind of weird that sometimes those 25, 50, and 75% levels work like support or resistance. Sometimes price goes like 50, 25, 75, 50, 100. Right, exactly. It's a logic. It's always been that way. That's law number one. Buy low, sell high. The smart, lazy trader. Nice. Yeah, we'll probably go with that. We could rename it, I guess. We could rename it. Guys, from the beginning, names don't matter. Who gives a fuck? Names don't matter. Names do not matter. Context does. You know? The Judas model is called the Judas model because it requires 3 lower lows or 3 higher highs. And what did Judas betray Jesus for? 30 pieces of silver. The 3, 0, right, represents the 3 lower lows or 3 higher highs. That's why it's called the Judas model. You guys didn't even know that, did you? You guys got to start doing some investigation. It's all good, though. What are your ideas regarding Q2? You mentioned that you wanted to do some more psychology stuff, like more Stoic videos and etc. I've been slacking on the Stoic stuff. I'm going to be honest with you. Bro, I can only make so much content. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm still a person too. I'm not a fucking robot. As much as I want to be. I still write lesson plans and I outline certain things. And of course, I have to fucking read too. You know what I mean? I got to eat sometime as well. Just like everybody else. I got to shower and shit too, you know? But it's stuff like this, G, which I'm going to tell you now. Okay? So I'm going to make another clip. We're just going to delete everything here. Okay? So this is your exercise for this weekend. Again, most of you probably won't do it. I think you should. If you want to contribute to the community, I think you should. Okay? So we're going to experiment. I have no idea how this is going to turn out. I really don't. But this is what we're going to do. Okay? Here's your exercise. The exercise for this weekend. You could do it today. You could do it this weekend. I mean, you could do this multiple times if you'd like. But the rules are simple. All right? The rules are simple. You're going to find a coin. Penny, a dime, a quarter. Who cares? All right? I have a quarter that's been laying around here for like a decade. I don't know why. But I've got this quarter. All right? Now, what we're going to do, I'm not going to do it here on the stream. I will do it after, though. Right after it's over. What we're going to do, all right, you ready for this? We're going to take a coin. fucking books right here. We are going to flip a coin 100 times. Okay? We're going to flip a coin 100 times. All right? Now, we're going to study the math, but we're going to study the psychology as well. What do I mean by that? What you're going to do, you don't have to write this down, but in your mind, what I want you to do for every flip, okay, you're gonna jot down on a sheet of paper 1 through 100 what the flips are. Heads, tails. H for heads, T for tails. Okay? In your mind, what I'd like you to do is try and predict what the next outcome would be. So before you flip it, call it heads. All right, what is it? Write it down. What you're going to see, again, this is based on probabilities. In my opinion, what you're going to try and do is try to guess the next outcome, and you're not going to be right very often. You're going to get it wrong. And you know what? That's the point. That's the point. Okay? So you're going to realize that out of 100 trades, you're not going to be able to pick which ones are the winners and which ones are the losers with 100% accuracy. Okay? And then this is the other side to that. So while you're doing that, okay, for heads, you're going to take a sheet of paper. You're going to start with 0, obviously. And for heads, you're going to add $2. And for tails, you're going to subtract $1. Okay? So when you get heads, +2. When you get a tails, -1. Right? You're starting with 0. Heads, you add 2. Tails, you take away 1. What is the total after 100 flips? Okay? 100 flips. And we'll see. Okay? So in the Discord on Sunday, we'll put our answers into the chat. All right? You guys good with that? So on Sunday at 1 p.m. EST, let's post the results. So each of you do this on your own. Flip a coin 100 times. While you're doing that, try to guess what's the next one going to be, heads or tails, in your mind. You don't have to write that down. But do write down, okay, heads +2, tails -1. And on Sunday, we're going to get our total. All right? Either that total is going to be positive or negative. Maybe it's up a lot. Maybe it's up a little. We're going to see what takes place. Okay? So that's your exercise for this weekend. Drop some 3s if you guys understand what the rules are. 100 flips, heads +2, tails -1. Starting with 0. Heads +2, tails -1. On Sunday, at our normal stream time, on Sunday, 1 p.m. EST, we're going to post our results. Just post what the amount is. +20, +40, +80, -20, whatever it is, okay? And we're going to see what the results are going to be. I have an idea. I think I know what they're going to be. But we'll see, all right? And that is how I'm going to close this out for today, all right? Have a good rest of your day. Have a wonderful weekend. It is the last day of the week, right? And which is basically also the first week of April. All right, so we'll be here same time, same place on Monday, the 7th. All right. Y'all be good, and I will see you then.
fall to stay.